I met her while at work. I work in a hospital and was drawing her mother's blood. I am very friendly to all patients and I guess she saw how nice I was being to her mother and that got her attention. Her mom even asked if I was single and I said yes and just laughed it off. The next day, Jen came back to the hospital to deliver me a thank you card from her mom. She told me, "There's a surprise on the back for you," and left. It was her number. We met each other at a Starbucks for our final date. We sat down and it had been about 2 weeks since our last date. She told me she had something crazy to tell me and started explaining it to me. You see, Jen had a long-time best friend of around 10 years. This best friend talked shit about her behind her back to another friend. Afterwards this long-time best friend invites her to her place. Jen goes to her house and her friend apologizes for what she did and then they make up and Jen ends up staying the night at her friend's place. Jen then tells me that this girl has no real friends other than her and that this friend was suicidal in the past and had an emotional support cat that was basically the closest thing to family she had. Jen then tells me that she poisoned the cat with a plant she found online that is toxic to them. A couple days later the cat died. She brags to me about how after this, her friend tried to kill herself by overdose but was taken to the hospital and 5150 D, means involuntarily detained due to mental issues. While she's saying all this my heart is starting to race. My mind is zoned out and in my head I'm telling myself, is this real? Am I dreaming? What kind of psycho would brag about this? After a while of me not responding she says, "Hello?" to get my attention. I don't reply. I don't look at her any longer. I stand up out of my seat, walk out the door, and drive away. I was afraid if I said anything I would make a huge scene in the Starbucks, so I opted to leave without a word. I blocked her on all social platforms and her hashtag. She texted me from another number a week later saying she made it all up and it was a joke. I replied, "I highly doubt it was a joke with how detailed you were. And even if it was a joke, the fact you would make up something like that and expect a laugh out of me is insane. Don't talk to me anymore." And that was it. Never heard from her again.